You'll just have to unmute yourself first.
Well, I think I was going to introduce a drawing challenge for the children. So if there are any grown-up children who would like to do a drawing challenge, you could wave now. And if you would rather do that, okay. Greg,
simultaneously.
Sasha, you can go and do a hand-washing drawing challenge right now if you like, with pictures of hands for show and tell later, or you can hang on in there and you can do these reflective exercises with Meg. Up to you.
Thanks, Caroline. And for those who have a brain that is has the capacity to split and that wants to draw as well as while you listen, please feel free, and we will come back for a show and tell time. And then please do that. So I'm just going to pass this over now to Dan and Celia.
Imagine, a poem written by Unitarian Universalist minister Lynn Ungar 2 weeks ago. Imagine with me for a moment. Don't worry, I'm not saying it's real. Imagine, if you can, that there has been not a calamity, but a great awakening.
Pretend for just a moment that we all so loved our threatened Earth that we stopped going on cruises, limited international flights, worked on cherishing the places where we already are.
In this pretty fantasy, everyone who possibly can stops commuting, spends the extra time with their kids or pets or garden. We have the revelation that everyone needs healthcare, sick leave, steady work.
It occurs to us that healthcare workers are heroes. Also, teachers. Not to mention the artists of all kinds who teach us resilience and joy.
Imagine, if you will, that we turn to our neighbors in mutual aid, trading eggs for milk, checking in on those who are elderly or alone.
Imagine each of us felt suddenly called to wonder, in this moment, what does the world need from me? What are my gifts?
Yes, I know, it's just a fantasy. The world could never change overnight so radically, but imagine.
Thanks, Dan and Celia. There's a song that came to mind when I was getting the service ready for the gathering ready for us. It's number 6, Just As Long As I Have Breath. And there are 3 verses that we're going to put up on a slide. And I'm going to unmute Matt so he can get ready, and he's going to lead us in this. And I'll just put up the slides so that we can sing along, and feel free to sing along. And if you'd rather just listen, please do that as well. So we'll just bring the slide up.
Just as long as I have breath, I must answer yes to life. Through with pain and slay their way, still I hope I must each day. If they ask, did well, tell them I said yes to life. Just as long as hard looks last, I must answer yes to truth. In my dream, in the dark, always sight the elusive spark. If they ask me what did well, tell them I said yes to truth. Just as long as my heart beats, I must answer yes to love. Disappointment pierced me through, still I hope on loving you. If they ask what I did best, tell them I said yes to love. Them I said yes to love.
Just want to offer a short reflection today. Alongside other people of faith and principles, as Unitarians and Universalists, we really do care for each other. Nothing like hearing the joys and sorrows and concerns and milestones today to remind us all of that. So in this time, which calls us for being required to have social distance, what are the community connecting and spiritual practices that will ground us during this period of uncertainty? Just as long as I have breath, I must answer yes to life. Now, there was a moment about 2 weeks ago when I really doubted myself. I doubted that I could learn the skills necessary to support this community from being an in-person community into being an online community. It touched off that part of myself that when I was growing up, I felt that I had to get everything right, like I had to learn it overnight and not make big mistakes at the same time. That learning curve just felt too steep. I don't know about you, but I just felt overwhelmed. Luckily, I've gone through those kinds of moments before when it's touched that part of me. I knew what I had to do. I had to take time to return to spiritual practice. I listened to a short meditation on loving kindness. I went for a walk in the beautiful green park near to me, and I prayed to the Spirit of life to give me strength and insight. I phoned a friend of mine who listened as I shared my heart and my concerns. She listened as I cried. She held me in that way that dear friends can. And I felt better. I reached out to colleagues. I looked at the resources from the Canadian Unitarian Council. I knew that there were leaders within this community that would be walking alongside me as we learned what it takes to go from being in person to being a virtual community. And I knew from having done an entrepreneurial course in ministry that we wouldn't get it right, that we would just do it. And this just experimenting was what was needed. Fail fast is the phrase that they used a lot in that program. Because if we don't try out new things, how can we learn what works and what doesn't work? And then learn to change it and do more. Learn together. This is a time of challenge, no question. It's personal challenge for each of us, for our families, for our country, for the world. So listening to the fears and anxieties and the joys and the sorrows today, it reminds us as well that we are not alone. We have a beloved community here, as well as other communities that we're part of. When we share our joys and our sorrows, they are both a way of saying yes to life. If we're afraid, it's because we treasure life. We treasure each other. And that is a beautiful thing, something to treasure. If they ask what I did well, tell them that I said yes to truth. Now, in times like this, it can be challenging to find truth. We can be overwhelmed and bombarded with information. There was one trauma specialist that I was reading information from, and they said it's important to try and find 2 or 3 sources of resources that you trust, that you know are reliable. To check them a couple of times a day, but to not let yourself be overwhelmed by all the information that is bombarding us. One Unitarian shared with me that he was putting his cell phone aside for a certain period of time each day so that he would be able to take a break, go outside, spend time with his beloved. The specialist also, in trauma, said to be sure to spend time doing those things that we love each day, something that gives us pleasure. Some of you have mentioned things that give you pleasure in your sharing. I'd also add, consider those spiritual practices that have sustained you in the past, to give them more time in your lives now. If you've never had one and want to learn about having one, contact me. I'm happy to walk with you to find one that suits you best. If they ask what I did best, tell them I said yes to love. I ask each of us at this time, in the words of Lynn Unger, in this moment, what does the world need from me? What are my gifts? How will I share them? How can I put loving kindness into action in ways that actually fit my situation? Our Care and Concern team has put out a call to anyone who does need our support to let us know. There's information in the communicator, or you can contact me. It might be something like gardening, it might be getting groceries or running an errand. It might just be getting a phone call once in a while. Also to ask those of us who could offer some support, whether a card in the mail or a phone call once a week to someone, or maybe you love gardening and don't have access to a garden right now. We want to be able to support connecting each other so that we can be together in ways that are healthy. We also are going to be working on a telephone tree so that we can be sure that we're connecting with everyone who needs it. So stay tuned in the communicator for that information. Our community really can be as richly connected as we bring our creativity, our time and energy, and our initiative. So there may be ideas that you have about how to connect, like some people have said, connecting over Zoom with families. Maybe there's ideas that you have about how to connect over Zoom, an event with for all ages that you can let Caroline know about. There may be a way that you want to do a happy hour or a coffee meeting. So let Dan Leahy, CVUF president at gmail.org or myself, gmail.com, or myself, mroberts@uuma.org. Let us know some of your ideas so we can connect you up with the CVUF Zoom account. I think about the Italians who were singing out on their balconies. I think of those young people who were dropping their names through their older neighbors' mailboxes to be sure that they could get what they need. We are creative people. So how can we bring the gifts that we have and share them with others? In this moment, what does the world need from me? What are my gifts? Let this be a great awakening for ourselves and our world to what is possible when we come together and say yes to life, to truth, and to love. So might it be. So in thinking of spiritual practice, I'm going to lead us in a short loving kindness meditation. So if you want to make yourself comfortable, it'll just be a couple of minutes long. We'll have some words, some time in quiet, and then Matt will play music to bring us out of the silence. So close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, or just lower your eyes to a couple of feet in front of you. Take a deep breath. Feel that body that is such a gift to you. And bring into your mind's eye someone who is dear to you. Imagine them. May they be healthy. May they be happy. May they be free from harm. May they live with ease in the world. Now think of yourself. Let images of yourself come into your mind's eye with these phrases. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be free from harm. May I live with ease in the world. Now turn your mind to someone who you may find slightly difficult. Not really difficult, but slightly difficult. Bring their picture up in your mind. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be free from harm. May they live with ease in the world. And lastly, let your mind gradually expand from where you are now, from your house into your neighborhood, the region where you live, ever expanding in the world. May all be happy. May all be free from harm. May all live with ease in the world. Let us enter some quiet together, either focusing on loving kindness, the image that I'll put on the screen, or just sitting with your own thoughts and feelings. Let us enter the silence together. Thanks, Matt. In this time of sharing our resources, it's a little different when we're meeting online. So I've asked if Arlene would say a few things for us to think about. So I'll just unmute you.
Hi. Well, we don't have any basket we can pass here. However, I want to thank you for the donations that you have made and are ongoing for those who are paying through their bank. Your financial support ensures that our programs can continue in a different way and that staff can be paid even when we can't meet in person. So if at this time your financial circumstances have been affected by the pandemic and you need to adjust your giving, please don't hesitate to contact me. We can make changes, but they do need a couple of weeks to adjust for automatic withdrawals. So be aware of that. Some other options, you can donate to us through e-transfer by using our email address, the email address for the treasurer, which is CVUF@gmail.com. You can also mail in a check to the office at 250 Beach Drive. And checks are always addressed to CVUF. Now we also have another fund that we have available at the moment. We just got it going. It's a care and concern discretionary fund, And this is for offering assistance to others who might be in need in our fellowship. So if you wish to contribute to that, you can use a check, writing at the bottom for discretionary fund. Okay. And if you can't remember any of these things, just give me an email or a phone call. I'd be glad to give you the information. Thank you.
Thanks, Arlene. Now, for anyone who did do a hand drawing that would like to show it, hold it up, and oh, Joy Nagel's got one. I'm going to unmute you, Joy, so everybody can see that. Do you want to say something, Joy, so we can see it?
It's my left hand and lots of soap bubbles.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Well done. Okay. Anybody else? Oh, Kasha's got one. Do you want to say something about yours, Kasha?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of coloring books, so I happen to have my pencil crayons with me. And this one is also my left hand, and just full of love for everyone in my community.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Donna, I see yours. Oh gosh, good. You want to say something and then you'll come up on the speaker.
I managed to avoid drawing hands.
Well done. And I see there was another one held up somewhere. Oh. I think there, Dan's got something.
That's the receiving hand.
Beautiful.
And Sally's got one.
Saying yes.
Thanks. Those are great, Scott.
Mhm.
All right, I'm scrolling to the next screen. Any on the next screen there? Happy recipients I see of people enjoying others' creativity. Oh, Kimi, go for it. You've got one. Do you want to say something and then it'll come to your screen?
Sure. So this is basically hands in prayer, in gratitude for everything and everyone.
Thank you so much. Lovely. All right, I'm going to scroll back now, not seeing anyone else on this page. This one, okay, I think we covered it. Well done, that was fun. So know that in future, next Sunday, we're going to, Caroline and I are planning an all ages service, and we're going to experiment with breakout rooms. So we will be sending more information about things that we may invite you to have on hand, but definitely if you want to do a chalice, and also if you like to have the music along with the lyrics, then have your hymnal there, and bring your wonderful selves.
I want to just interrupt if I can.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to say it's really good to see everybody, especially Joy and Donna, or Donna and Stan. I haven't seen them for a long time. And also, Linda, I wanted to ask about how Larry was doing, because he didn't say anything about him.
Thanks, Murray. And what we'll do too is, if I'll stay on the line after, and anybody who wants to stick around and just have some chat, please do. And also, we've been talking about how we might arrange a coffee hour afterwards. So we might plan for something in future. We might be asking for some hosts, where then we could, in other times when we're not using breakout rooms, where we can have a chance for people just to stay online and grab a beverage of your choice. And who knows, maybe we could even try a potluck. Okay, so I'm going to just move us, for anyone who may have to leave shortly, we're going to, before I sign off for our closing words, and then I have a couple of announcements, I just want to say thank you. Thanks to Heather and Barbara, who helped with the tech. Matt for wonderful music, Caroline for helping as well with the chalice lighting and for the fun hand drawing challenge, and most especially to all of you for showing up for this, our beta version of our online Sunday gathering. So we are also, Deb Howard and the community gathering team will be looking for feedback. So please feel free to email me or Deb Howard, the coordinator of the community gathering team, to let us know how did today go, what are things that you would like us to consider for future, so that we can just keep getting better at ways of connecting. Other info will also be in future gatherings on the CVUF.ca, but just know that this link that you have is going to be the same link each week. The meeting number will stay the same, so that will make life a bit easier. I'm going to ask Marvin to share closing words that he wrote, and then Caroline will invite us to extinguish our chalices, and then I've got a couple of announcements about upcoming events. So Marvin, I'll unmute you here.
Yes, these are certainly times of uncertainty and times of stress or maybe distress. So in these times, let's remember that the spirit of life supports everything of which we are a part. It is with us always. And so let us today say yes to life, and let not us forget that the spirit of life is with us, so that we do not let it be extinguished within us as we part today.
Thanks, Marvin.
And I invite you all who have chalices going to extinguish your chalices with me.
So I'm going to just offer a couple of announcements, and then we're going to sing Carry the Flame. Matt's going to sing Carry the Flame. We're going to sing it in the joys of our homes along with him. So for those who are attending, wanting to attend events that are coming up, Kasia has kindly offered to host a Zoom orientation session this coming Friday, April the 3rd from 5 to 6. There'll be details in this Thursday's communicator about how to connect. Thanks, Kasia. Next Saturday, April the 4th, from 2 to 4, there will be an online Soul Matters Circle. We'll be exploring our March theme of adversity and courage. So contact me if you'd like to join us, and I can send you contact information. And Celia has a special announcement. Yeah, I'll let you just unmute yourself and tell us about it.
Stop, Dan. Hi. Oh, I posted on the Comox Valley Unitarian Facebook. There's a fun dance challenge we're going to have. Ruby's going to edit a video of us dancing in our homes and dancing for the love of life and each other and honoring the essential workers. And she put a little, she made a little video to explain how to do it. But basically, if you email me a 20-second clip of you dancing your little heart out in the living room, goofy as possible, there's no wrong way to do it.
But you have to see the demo.
We'll watch
it's fun to see the demo because I look goofy in the demo, and that gives you permission to be even goofier.
Our thanks to Ruby and to you guys. That sounds like a hoot. Great. So we're going to sing Carry the Flame. For anyone who might not know the words, I'm going to put the words up on the screen because we haven't and can't quite join hands at this point. I'm just going to invite us to put our hands on our hearts and remember that we are connected always. So Matt's unmuted, so I'm just gonna put the Carry the Flame words. Just give me a second.
Carry the flame of peace and love till we meet again. Carry the flame of peace and love till we meet again. And we shall see a world of light and a world of joy. Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again.
Thanks, Matt. So, for a special blessing as you all head on your way, if you've never left a Zoom meeting before, it's in the bottom right of your screen where it says leave meeting, but feel free to hang out, and we'll just, anybody who wants to stay and chat, feel free. We'll just note that more than 3 people unmuted, it kind of, we start to get feedback, but we can just stay. And if you have to leave, go well, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, but you have to say, it could be in the right hand bottom, or it could be in the top left. Just look at your screen. They're all different.
Thanks, Heather.
Okay, thanks.
You want to say goodbye?
Yeah, maybe.
If anybody signed up for games night on Saturday, we're going to do it on Zoom, baby.
What?
Excellent.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Grit scatter.
Oh, no.
In case anybody is still there and has your chat stuff open on the side of your computer screen, just check for private messages, because I noticed there's a few private messages. So I did a couple. So just FYI, in case you haven't noticed.
Thanks, Juliana. That's great.
I need some information.
Yes,
I'm leaving Sontula. I'm planning to leave Sontula Tuesday to come to Courtney for one night and go pick up my son from the basement hole he's been isolated in for 2 weeks.
Right.
We realize there's a risk, but I need to know, is there anything open in Courtney?
Anything open as far as
drive-in for picking up food, grocery stores, whatever.
Oh, okay. So if anybody knows the places that are going to be open, what time was it, Joy?
Well, probably, Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening.
Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening. Either email Joy or drop it in the chat.
Yeah,
Yes,
stores open.
Before we all leave, I want us to check out the flaming redhead in the bottom right-hand corner.
Oh,
They're white.
Caroline also had an amazing wig there for a minute. And I want to say to Shirley, I wish I could see your face, but it was wonderful to hear your voice. So I hope you enjoyed. I assume you were able to see us and not just hear us.
I can see you all. I can sing for you. I just can't be seen. And if I could be seen, my bandwidth would go, my computer would crash.
Sing for us, Shirley.
It's as old as I am.
Shirley, sing for us.
I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, go sing.
I wish you courage for the next step and the next. I wish you peace in the middle of the storm. I wish you unexpected joy, the strength to carry through, and a heart wide open to all the love surrounding you. It is surrounding you.
Yay!
Thanks, Shirley.
You're welcome.
And thanks for the information from Celia about that for you, Joy, that all the groceries are open with protocols. There's lineup for entry. seniors hours first thing in the morning, and you can email Celia if you need more info.
That was me, actually, Joy.
That's yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can
You'll see
email.
his email address.
You can email me if you need info. There's various lists of what's open and when and all that, but everything is considered essential services. So the food workers are working. They put up screens on the tills. They're wiping things down. Blah blah blah. The refillery is also open, which is organic, where Broken Spoke used to be, and they have a table set up